Hello everybody, it's Verda here, and today we're going to be benchmarking Hellblade 2 using the GTX 1060 3GB edition of the graphics card with the Intel Core i7-4790K, and I've got this paired up with 16GB of DDR3 1600MHz RAM. I've got the latest NVIDIA drivers, so let's see if we can play the game and see if it is actually playable. I benchmarked it yesterday with my 3060 Ti, and it was very intensive for my 3060 Ti, so I'd be pretty surprised if we're able to play it with such an old GPU, and I do not think 3 gigs of VRAM is going to be enough, but we shall see. So we're in the main menu here, and it's going to be a short video. Some of you probably already pieced it together from the title and the thumbnail. We're starting this off, and this is going to be the only setting we benchmark, I think. We're playing at 720p resolution, which is the lowest one you can pick here. Can probably adjust it lower in the config, but I don't think we need to. If you're going to play a game like this, you probably don't want to go below 720p. I'm using FSR3 at ultra performance, so basically the highest performance upscaler that you can pick, and we're playing with the lowest settings in the game, and you probably already noticed the menu is not doing too good. If you look over to the right, it says to play at these settings we need around 3.4 gigs to 3.5 gigs of VRAM, and we only have 3 gigs with this card. And if you look on the left hand side where it says VRAM A and VRAM S, VRAM A is how much VRAM the game is allocating to itself from the dedicated GPU, and VRAM S is how much RAM is currently being used as VRAM by the GPU, because we are lacking VRAM. And for any of you that are aware, that's obviously not very good. Regular RAM is far slower than VRAM, so it's probably not going to be a good time here, but let's go ahead and jump on in and see what this is like here. So I have already played a little bit, you know, by myself with the 3060 Ti, benchmarking it yesterday, so I am a little bit further in. But yeah, let's go ahead and reset those 1% lows. I don't think it matters, but I don't want to give you any false benchmarks here. This is gameplay, by the way. This is not, yes, it's a cutscene, but it uses the actual gameplay. So we're at 10 FPS here. And it's obviously looking incredibly ugly. I don't know what resolution we're technically playing at right now. It's not native 720p, obviously. But as you can see, you need more than 3 gigs of VRAM. Now, you might be able to get away with 4 gigs of VRAM, even though it says that we're using about 4.5 gigs of VRAM, essentially, even though 1.5 gigs of that is regular RAM, you know, shared to the GPU. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's actually using 4.5 gigs of actual VRAM, because VRAM allocated is not VRAM utilized. It's just how much it's actually allocating. But we know for a fact it's using all of the actual 3 gigs of VRAM, because it's sharing 1.5 gigs of regular RAM as VRAM. As to how much of that 1.5 gigs of shared RAM is being actually utilized right now, I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully I didn't confuse you there between utilization and allocation, but you definitely need more than 3 gigs of VRAM here for sure with this GPU. Now, I would love to have a 6 gig edition of this graphics card to compare that to the 3 gig edition, because I would actually be quite interested to see how the 6 gig version does. But as you can see here, the 3 gig card is not going to play this game. I didn't think it would play this game, but I thought it would be a little bit more playable than this. It's very much not playable at all. I'm waiting for this little cutscene to go away to see if we actually get a little bit more FPS in gameplay, but I don't think we will, because I'm pretty sure it uses the regular game for its cutscenes. That's just how good the game normally looks. But as you can see here, it's not looking too hot. Look at the frame time, by the way. It's very rare you see a frame time of 120. That's actually insanely high. Oh my god. But yeah, oh god. It's well, it's something. But the thing that amazes me is the fact that the CPU is pretty much asleep. It's like barely being utilized right now. Like the CPU is doing fine here. And the RAM as well, even though we are using 1.5 gigs of regular RAM as VRAM right now, or it's being utilized at least, it's not using that much RAM at all. It's literally just, you just need a very good GPU to play this game, it would seem. Yeah, I'm not going to play any more than this, I don't think. Basically, do not play this game with a 1060 3GB edition. It's not going to work. I'm gonna try it out on my 1654 gig edition graphics card, or 1650 essentially. I'm gonna try it on that graphics card and see if the extra gig of VRAM actually helps a lot, because that card is usually less powerful than this card right here, but it has more VRAM, so I'm interested to see how it compares. But yeah, that's something else. I've been Verda, thanks for checking out the video. Hopefully you enjoyed this stupid benchmark. I didn't expect it to be so terrible, but here we are. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time guys, take care of yourselves, leave me a comment for what you think about this as well, and goodbye for now. My god, before I throw up, Jesus Christ.